Good morning, friends. It's Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. I know that Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette is just finishing up, and so I'm just on for a couple of minutes early. We're going to be in the Take 5 group. So when you hop on, please tell me where you're at and what you're doing, maybe for a Friday. What you're doing, maybe for a Friday. I think maybe I better turn that off. What you're doing, maybe for a Friday. I think maybe I better turn that off. There we go. Okay, takes a minute. Thought I was ready, sort of ready. So good morning from the Pacific. Good afternoon in the Eastern. I'm based in Nevada, just north of Las Vegas. Thank you, Mary. And so I am on Pacific time, even though 30 miles north, I would be on Mountain time. And if and when Arizona, or when the time changes, Arizona doesn't change their time. And so I can go just out of town and it'll be a different time zone. So it's just one of those things. I'm in a different place. If anybody knows anything about the topography of Utah, Arizona, and Nevada, right there in that one corner. Hi, Danette. Glad you're on. So I am a huge football fan. Huge. I love college. I love high school. I love college. I love NFL. And so I have to use this stencil today to make a door hanger because it is noisy in my house, even when it's just me doing the yelling. So I'm Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. I know I've said that before, but some people are just now jumping on. So come on in, have some fun. Let's do some fun things today. So I have a door round. So I'm going to show you two different door rounds. I've already drilled my holes because I'm going to use rope, and I needed big holes and I wanted them in there before, because sometimes I have to, on the back, my drill bit cuts, it kind of splinters, so I have to fill that in, but that's the back and it'll be dry for the next side that I do. I always do double-sided rounds. This is a 16-inch, half-inch, I do believe it's half-inch, yeah. Half-inch round, okay? And I buy this from Craft Deals. They always have deals going on. I just got a new box because they had 20% off the other day. I also have these bigger rounds, okay? And I debated on which one I wanted to use. I think I'm going to use the bigger one, which happens to be 18 inches. But it is only a 1/4 inch thick, so it's very flimsy. So if you're like me, at my house, I have wind, and the wind is just going to blow the heck out of this thing around. But if you don't, you're going to use it inside a screen door or something for your door, this will work. So I'm probably going to do this for my daughter to put on her work door inside the house that she is a therapist at. Okay, so I've changed my camera just a little bit so that you can see more of the project and a little bit of me. All right, so let's get started. We have an hour. I'm so excited to be in this little group of beautiful crafters who take pride in what they do, and they do great jobs. Thank you, Mary and Jeannie and Christy and Melanie. And so I am a new presenter in their group, and so I'll be on Fridays for sure. I will not be in the thing tomorrow. I don't believe. So I'm going to use, and these are in the links, down at the bottom of your page where you sprinkle, which would be great if you could, and follow if you don't follow. There's 2 chain links, those little links. Okay, we're back. 2 chain links by the share button, And you can go there and find all the links to all the products I use. And I also have a code for Essential Stencil if you want to buy anything. It saves you 2%. It's called Clifton's Crafty Casa, all one word, no exclamation, or no apostrophe, S. Okay? So you can do that and go there. I have some friends here. Kathy, good morning. You're just going to the grocery store? Okay, cool. Oh, I miss Wendy. All right, so, and then Jeannie's on. Thank you. Thank you for being glad that I'm here. All right, and the rest of my crew thinks I'm going to be on a little bit later, but I hope they got the message. I sent it out 3 or 4 times yesterday that I was going to be on earlier. So anyway, so we're going to do this football season stencil. It's called It's Football Season door hanger. And we are going to do this on this round. I always cut open because it has a sticky and I hate it how it hooks on my stencil, so I just cut it open and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So it has 2 parts. It has the yard markers for the field. That's what these are. And it has, pardon the noise, it's football season. And it certainly is noisy in my house during football season. My grandkids will tell you that it's noisy at Grammy's house. So I want to make sure that I get the words on here right because I want to have that where the yard markers, I can move them up and down. So I'm going to use that as my measuring. I'm going to use some tape, frog tape. I was trying to think of it. Duct tape is what I was coming up with. Don't use duct tape. It'll take the wood off. Anyway, so I think I want it to be about there. So I'm going to try to put it down, not on the plastic, but on the wood. Oh, it wouldn't stick. Okay, I've got an idea where it's supposed to be. And I'll put this down, maybe. Oh my gosh. I painted, or I haven't painted the wood, I've just sanded it. And I want to be even, and I want to make sure if that's not even because my holes are up here at the top. And I want to be as even as possible. So let's put this down and see if that fits now. Certainly will. Okay. So I'm not painting this bottom, I'm painting the top where the green is going to be. That's what I'm going to do first. And then I'll change the tape around. You want to make sure it's down well. I'm going to use Christmas green because I have a lot of it. And Christmas green is all right. It's a little dark. I do have some Kelly green that I can mix in spaces to give it a little dimension. So I'm just going to put that on my board right now. And get out my little brush. And I usually have to spray my wood because I live in a very dry climate. It's the desert, by the way. And so the paint just is soaked up. I'm just going to do that a little bit. The paint really gets soaked up into the wood quickly. And I can use a lot of paint. And I don't really want to do that, even though this is apple barrel, so it's pretty cheap. I use a lot of Waverly products. I love Waverly chalk paint, but I don't have a green like this for this, so That's why I'm using this one. And I really like the vibrancy of this dark green. I'm going to do Christmas green, you guys. I'm not even going to put any Kelly on it. So tell me where you're from and who's joining me. Texas Breeze Creations. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Oh, my shirt is from Love in Faith. I've tried to get an ambassadorship with them, but they don't have. They're revamping theirs, so I haven't been able to get that. But you can find them online or on Facebook even. They have a page, both places. They have great deals. They have great. Good, wholesome shirts. And they always have one that's on sale that day. And usually it's $5, but they have deals all the time for like 2 for $20 and stuff like that. Can't go wrong with that price. I like that the wood grain is coming through. I love wood grain. So the wood grain is showing. It's okay. That's why I like to paint on wood. I love the wood grain. This is also natural birch, not the other. I hope that didn't knock everybody off. Mine stopped. While I'm doing this, I'm sorry, I'm going to write a message to my dad. I am on live, Dad. I'll call you back later. Sorry, guys. I just don't want him to keep calling me in the middle of this. I didn't put it on. He usually knows that I'm on live. I don't know. There we go. Come on, send it. Okay, that's dry. I'm sorry, you guys. I really am. He will keep calling me, I'm afraid. I don't know what happened. I couldn't do it. Okay. All right, it's good and dry. All right, so let's take off the tape. And because it's a new painted surface, I am going to use my yellow tape on the green because I don't want the green to come up. Beautiful line. Isn't that pretty? Pretty line. Love the line. Okay, and so I'm going to take the yellow sensitive tape, which I have a big, it's wide. But I want to make sure that it's right along the edge because I don't want any overage, nor do I want a wood piece sitting there open. Okay, and this part I'm going to do in mustard yellow. And the reason I'm going to do mustard yellow is because on the color wheel, mustard yellow and purple are complementary colors. The purple I'm going to use. And I'm going to use purple because I am a Baltimore Ravens fan. Yeah, you say, you're in Nevada and a Baltimore Ravens fan. I have been a Baltimore everything fan since I was a young child. Johnny Unitas, all of the, now Baltimore used to be the Colts, but I didn't follow them wherever they went. Indianapolis, of course. But I just stayed with them because I'm an Oriole fan as well. So I'm a sports girl, guys, girls, ladies. I hope that maybe there's a guy on here, but I'm a sports fan. I love sports of all kinds. So you will see me watching sports more often than anything else except for crafters. All right, did we get that on there good? Arteza was the color of that mustard yellow. And I love Arteza. It's really thick, but it's more expensive than just Apple Barrel. So I use it for my stenciling most of the time. I don't usually use it for this type of application. Okay, man, I did not make sure that that was over. Let me get out of. Just going to get out a Q-tip and get it a little bit wet with my spray bottle and just try to get rid of 1 and 2 and 3, and then I have a good line. Okay, that looks awesome. Okay, that's not bad. 15 minutes. Okay, here you are. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you're still here. Good morning from Arkansas, Margie. Thank you for being here, girl. And yeah, I like the neckline too. It's the V-neck. I really like it. I bought a couple of new ones. Oh, Texas Breeze Creations is Monica. Great. Thank you for letting me know that. Hi, Painting Crafty. I enjoyed your live today. That mummy was awesome. So we cheer for Baltimore, like I said, but my daughter is a total Phillies fan. Don't ask me how or why, but she is rabid Phillies fan. But she doesn't live here, but we'll watch them and yell for them and cheer them on. And then we're from Utah, so we will cheer on a Utah team any day of the week. And my husband's from Alabama. You're not late. Whoever said it? Who said that? Let's let me get it here. I love wood too, Jeannie. It's like crazy. Okay. Yeah, it keeps stopping when he calls me. Thank you, Margie. I am lucky to still have a parent alive. He's 90. Just turned 90 in March, so yes, Nancy, you in baseball, right? Yep. Wendy, don't worry about being late. It's okay. It's all right. Just being here is awesome. Okay, I had to do a little help with. There's a couple of spots it didn't cover very well. Okay, so I'm just going to take my sander and do it because it raised the wood grain. So I'm just going to take my sander and lightly go along just to get the wood grain down. So I don't really necessarily want the wood grain up when you're stenciling. That's awesome. Okay, so let's get to stenciling. Now we've done the background. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the yard marker. And I'm going to try to put the yard marker right on the green line there. Make sure the 50 is in the middle. I think that's pretty good. I got to remember to put my stuff back where it belongs so that I don't miss it and lose time trying to find it. So I'm going to go right along my line. And I'm talking about this inside line is going to be right along the green line. I don't want it to be green. Well, maybe I do. Do I want it to be green a little bit? Maybe just a little bit. Okay, we'll do it that way. Maybe just a little bit. Because there is green on the sideline there. Okay, so I'm doing this one for me, but I'm sure that my daughter is going to say, Mom, I need that one. And so I've already, excuse me, my plate fell. I'm already planning on that. Okay, I use a FIFO bottle, first in, first out. That's FIFO. And I use it in two colors. I use plaster, Waverly plaster chalk paint, and Waverly ink. So those are the two colors that I use in my FIFO bottles. I have extra FIFO bottles. I just never have put any paint in them because I just don't seem to need to do that. Okay, so if any of you are friends of Christy at Funky Junk or any other stencilers, you know this trick, or you know how to stencil, but I'm going to go ahead for those that are new. I'm going to put my paintbrush in my paint. This is a flat stencil brush. You need a flat one. It helps so much. You could use cosmetic sponges if you'd like, but I enjoy that. So that got up. See how I got the paint up in there? But it's a little glistening. Can you see the glisten? So I'm going to offload on my paper towel all around so I don't have any glistening paint. You kind of want a dry paint look. Okay, what happened? This moved. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to swirl. I'm a swirler. And I'm just going to go along the edge here and swirl this paint into the stencil. Dana, you just did this stencil? Packers, of course. I'm doing different. I wanted to do purple, but purple, I didn't want to do white on both the purple and the green. I wanted the color, I wanted the writing to be a different color than the field. So I am not doing Packer colors, but right now I am doing Packer colors, and my son would be very happy with me. But I am not doing Packer colors, sorry. On purpose. The reason I'm doing the mustard is because it is a complementary color to purple for my Ravens team. And I'm probably, the next door neighbor is a Seahawk fan, so I'll probably have to do one for them, for this, after they see this on my door, they're probably gonna say, oh, I want one of those. They'll pay for it, they'll buy it, so that would be all right. And so we're doing, good morning. Well, how come you changed your shirt? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, Grammy is on live, so you go ahead and be with Daddy. You go ahead. Oh, you're getting a water? Okay, all right. For you and Daddy, okay. We store the water in the garage, and my craft space is in the garage. So, but I always know when somebody's coming in and out because I've got my chimes on my door. So that was my 4-year-old granddaughter. So on Friday is kind of my off day. He's home from work. He doesn't work on Fridays. So I get to do some playing instead of watching kids, which is kind of nice. Because we all need a break, right, guys? I want to do a second coat because the green is still coming through and I want it really crisp and white, even though my white is not white, it's off-white, but it still shows up so much better if it's a second coat. Yes, I have air conditioning, but not in my garage. This summer has been tough. I've had to, during the summer, because I have the girls during the day, I get up early and I'm on at 7 o'clock in the morning for me, just because it's so hot, and I have a fan and a little ice cooler fan that I have right next to me. There's only one fan on right now, I think. Maybe there's two. I think you can hear it in the background. The fans keep me okay. It's a very beautiful day today, and right now it's only 78, so it's very nice. Very nice. We'll take 78 any time. That's what our normal temperature is during the winter. 78, 60, 78. We love it. That's why we live in the desert, because of the winter temperatures. Winter, spring, and fall temperatures. The summer temperatures, not so much, because it was 110 or higher for 30 days in a row. I know that Texas has had a worse time than me, so I shouldn't complain. But 110, 30 days in a row at least. We needed a break. It was so hard. We've had a couple of breaks so far. Okay, so that's done there. Let's take that off and look at that. How nice and crisp that looks. Doesn't that look nice? The issue is I want to have it go over to all the way to the side. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to dry it first. Hello. I don't want to put anything on wet paint. Ruin it. And I'm going to put the 40 on top of where the 30 was. Top of where the 30 was. Line it up so it's good and done. And I'm just going to do that one little spot there. I'm going to take it over here and do the same thing. Line it up. And do the one little spot here because I want it to go all the way off. So I do that right there. And of course, there was something on the back of my stencil. Okay. I'm going to put this in a plastic bag with a wet wipe No, I think I'll just put some water in there today. Just to keep it moist, so when I wash it, it's easier to wash. Got a little bleed there. And you guys, it's easy to take care of bleeds. You just, I use my X-Acto knife and just kind of get rid of that bleed and make it a good straight line. And when I sand it, it will go away. So one thing you need to do is to make sure that you fill in the bridges. I have a little song I sing, filling in the bridges. Anyway, white is tough to fill in bridges. So I'm going to make sure I water down the little bit of white I still have on my plate. So it's a little easier to move around and use a liner brush and just fill in these little lines that make the stencil stay together. That's what makes the stencil stay together. So I want to do that in each of the spots. White is hard. Sometimes you just dab it on and it seems to take care of it better than painting it on. And once it's dried and sanded, it will do fine. I just use a fine grit sandpaper to do that with. So I'm going to leave the little break between the line and the number because that's usual on the field. But I need to fill in the numbers. Even though I think it might be okay not to fill in the numbers, because on the field I think they are this way with the because they stencil it down too. So I could have not done that, but I'm going to do it because I want it to be filled in. I like the filled in look. So, no humidity, Wendy. We have a total dry, that's why I have to use water sometimes to hit my wood, because my wood is so dry and it just sucks up that paint. No humidity. We have lower than 20% most of the time. So let's see. Yeah, purple and gold are great colors because they're complementary colors, and that's why I'm using purple and gold today. And I have missed so many comments. Oh, Dana, you're going to have 3 girls who need one? Okay, that's great. Thank you, Nicole, for watching on your lunchtime. Yes, I love mustard. Kathy, I live in Mesquite, Nevada, which is north of Vegas, about 70-80 miles, in a retirement community. We moved here when I retired. My husband has been retired for quite a long time. He's 15 years older than I am, so he's been retired. But as soon as I retired from education, we decided to move where it was nice and nice weather. We didn't have to shovel sunshine, right? You don't have to shovel sunshine, and also the air quality is so much better than where we lived in Utah. Utah has an issue with mountains on both sides of the valley, and the smog, air pollution, all just sit right there and don't go anywhere. And so it's really hard when you have asthma. Yeah, sweater weather. Yeah, not here. I have a sweater that I wear when I'm inside in the summertime because it's so cold sometimes. Yeah, Split unit in the garage, yeah. Go for it, Margie. Get that garage. Get that garage. Thank you for sprinkling. Oh, where did you go in Utah, Wendy? I love Utah. I was born there. I grew up most of my time there, but not all of it. Now, I like this football, but I like this other football. This is the other thing that I said, you know, and this has football on it, so I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I think I'm just going to go with this one right now. And I'm going to move it up just a little bit farther to about there. I want to be even. Not the same. I'm eyeballing it, you guys. I eyeball all the time. I want to use those pieces of tape that I already had out. I'm going to use lavender with a touch of purple pansy in it. I like the dark, but I'm just going to use purple pansy. We're going to use purple pansy. Now this is an apple barrel product. It's called purple pansy. So it's not going to be as thick as my chalk paint that I just used for the letters, so I have to be a little bit more careful on stenciling, and I might need more than that, but I'm not sure. I'm going to use a 5/8 inch brush. That's usually what I use most of the time. Sometimes I'll use a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch, and they do have larger ones which are 7/8, which is a huge brush. So I do use those on my porch leaners that I do, the big porch leaners. Okay, so pardon the noise, it's football season. Here we go with some purple. Load up into my brush. And then I'm going to load off on my towel. Make sure my sides are not glistening, because this is easy to run. So I'm going to start really lightly on top of that mustard. I'm just going to do it light because I don't want it bleeding. So I don't have any pressure. I'm just swirling, and I'm going to swirl both ways so it goes in all the little crevices of the letters. And it's going to take at least 2 coats, maybe 3 for this one. You see, it's like I don't have any paint on there for some reason. There we go, a little bit more. Not pushing the brush down in, it's sitting on top of the stencil, and I'm just rolling it around. Let's see. Patty's here. Hi, Patty. And okay, so Kathy, you're in Arizona. I live in Nevada, but you can go 4 miles to the east of my town, and you're in Arizona. We're on the Arizona Strip, if you know anything about Arizona that you live in. I'm sure you do. But there's called a strip. It's Virgin River Gorge. We have to go that way to go to Utah, to go to St. George for our shopping and stuff, of like Costco and things like that, because we don't have those here. We're a very small town. It's getting bigger though. People are finding out about us. Building is crazy going on here. And I certainly do not know how. people are affording houses with the interest rate that it is. It is totally terrible. As soon as it goes down, I'm refinancing my home that I just bought. I bought a home for my son and the 2 girls to live in. He's going to pay me rent instead of paying a rental house, rental apartment complex. He gets a house with the yard and everything for the girls. Best thing I've ever done, I think. We'll see. Hasn't happened all the way yet. We haven't moved in or anything yet. But that interest rate, woo, doggy. Now the football I'm saving because I'm probably going to do it a brown since it's a football. So instead of that football for my daughter, I have an eagle that I made a stencil for. Made a stencil for the eagle because she's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And yeah, I'll probably put an eagle on it. Thank you, Dawn. How are you, girl? Angela, hello, girl. Haven't seen you for a couple of days. Let's see. I wish I recalled the name. Kevin Costner was filming right beside them. Oh, I don't know. I missed that. So I use paper plates for my palette, but for my stenciling, but I don't use a regular paper plate because if you're rubbing along, see how I'm rubbing more and more? And this happens to be a coated paper plate. It's the cheap ones, but it just has a coating on it. And so it doesn't roll up, the paper fibers don't roll up on my paintbrush, on my brushes and make it icky. Even though I'm seeing a couple of things right now, I think I'll move over a little bit on the palette. I'm going to have to put some more out here for season and do another. Go over here. So this purple should look really good on this gold. You could do this any color. You just use the green at the top and use your team's colors on the bottom. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's make sure that we have it really good. I'm gonna go over the stuff part that's probably dry already because it's so light of a, I'm not using a lot of paint. Go over those and get it dark. Make sure it's dark. I want it to seem like purple and not black though. I don't want it real dark. It's pretty purpley. I like the color. Pansy purple. Purple pansy. That's what it's called. Oh, Wendy, you're from Camas? Or that's where you know that Kevin Costner was. Are you from Camas, really? Okay, so Nancy, when I make a stencil, I have some 10 pound, I think it's called 10 pound plastic Mylar. That's the same, that's what this plastic is that I'm using here. I bought some, I think on Amazon. And then I take an image that I want and put it behind it, and use my pens and mark off the spots that I know I'm going to have bridges at, and which parts I want to have on there and which parts I don't want to have on there for the negative space. It's kind of hard, but it's doable. So I can call you and we can talk about it on a FaceTime or something if you want. I can do that. Okay, so let's hinge that back. We're not taking it off because we got to do the football, but let's see. Let's see how it worked out. Yes! Yes! Oh, it's so crisp and nice. Good job. I'm going to have to do my bridges on there too. Okay, but let's do a brown, and let's do a kind of a darker brown. Let's do a nutmeg brown for the football. Oh, the football should be white. Let's do white on the football, and then maybe I'll color it in and then do white on the football again. I've done that before. I only have 15 more minutes though, so let's do this. Let's do the white along here on this football. And I'm not necessarily worried about full coverage because I just getting the outline so I can color inside of it. Yeah, it has to be white, so I'm gonna have to color brown in there. So we'll let that dry. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna get my liner brush out, put some more purple pansy out on my plate. And I don't need to put any water in it because it's an apple barrel product and it has enough water. It's very light. And I'm going to fill in my bridges. There's a little paint booger there. Get rid of that thing. And fill in the bridges because it's what makes it stand out so well. Is to fill in the bridges, fill in the bridges. No copyright. I do not own the copyright. I don't think there's that song. I think the melody might be copyrighted, but not the song. Okay. I'm loving being on here. Oh, Dawn, yeah? It is beautiful. The national parks and the, you know, all the different, it is beautiful state. It is a beautiful state. It has some issues with air quality though in the north. So when you live in the north, you have to be able to handle that. And if you have asthma, it's probably not the best place for you. And if you don't have asthma, you might get it. Right, Nance? Nance has asthma very badly. So she's from Utah. She lives there now still. So, go Browns, huh? You're a Cleveland Browns fan? Let's see, what does Angela say? Oh, about buying a home. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you think you can't make it, but you can. Yeah. Just have to sacrifice for having a home instead of an apartment. Making other people rich. Especially when, let's see, they moved in and it was $840 a month. And within 2.5 years, it was $1040. In fact, and it was going to go up. the next month again to 1140 or 11 something. And they are just killing these young people who cannot get a job that's more than minimum wage around here. I mean, you live in a small area and it's mostly retired people, and retired people need a lot of services, right? We need stores and restaurants, and who works at those stores and restaurants but teenagers and young adults, and they can't afford to live here. It's crazy. So anyway, so somehow we gotta change something somewhere. I'm really into grassroots change, and I support it so much. We need to just help people live better lives, be able to live without going. I was at Walmart the other day, and I had a total adrenaline headache. If you've ever had one of those, you know what I'm talking about. Because I'm shopping along, and I run into these two ladies, and one has a stroller, and another one has got the shopping cart, and she's full of groceries, and they're with another guy. They're with a guy. I don't know what exactly he was doing. Well, now I know what he was doing, but anyway, I only got 2 items, and I went to checkout, and they had gone the opposite direction of checkout when I went to checkout, and I'm starting to go out the door, and here they come, and they walk right out the door with that basket. Didn't pay for anything. Well, it just so happens that there was a police officer right there, right behind me, and I just said, I think you need to check this guy with the red shirt and the black hat, and the 2 women with him, and so he went and got him. And I don't know what happened, because I didn't stick around to know what happened, but I got such a headache just to say, yeah, I know you need help, but there are other ways than stealing to get help. We have a Salvation Army, we have a food bank, we have all kinds of stuff here, and you just need to take advantage of those things instead of stealing a basket full of groceries for your family. And they're probably hungry. So, all right, I'm on my soapbox, aren't I? Oh, yes, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah. Okay. Kanab is beautiful, yes. Okay. Stencil magic? Is that what you said, Mary? Isn't a stencil great? It's awesome. I will make sure that I seal this after I get done with the stuff. I'm not going to have enough time to do that football, darn it. Maybe I will. Let's see. See if I can hurry this along just a bit. Filling the bridges makes all the difference in the world, I think. It makes it not so, I don't know, it makes it look like it's hand painted instead of stenciled. That's what I like about it. And I've taken lots of hand painting thingies. I'm trying to get better at that so I could do my own hand painting, but it's already done here for me, so I'm just going to take advantage of what I can do, what I have. So this is still available in the shop at Essential Stencil if you'd like to choose one. If you have a whole football season family. And it is not just Sunday. It is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and whatever other day anybody's playing. It's the first thing I go to when I'm watching TV is what's on, what football game's on. I think football is my favorite, and then I'll take basketball. Trying to get a pointed brush here. I'll take baseball once in a while. I'm not hugely into baseball because it's kind of slow. But we're also a soccer family and just a full-on sports family, you guys. And it's not necessarily my husband. He would rather watch news. Okay, now you see how I've got this. I'm just going to paint the inside of this over the white. It's okay. I'm just using it as a color page right now. Color lines. Because I want this football to be brown, not yellow. So you can use your stencils as a background for a color page, and then you just put your stencil back on it and put the white back on over top of it. Not going outside the white, around the edge of it, because that's okay. That's going to make sure that it's nice and dark. I have to move because my light kind of makes it hard just to make sure I see everything. I hope you enjoyed it, having it your way instead of my way on the way it's sitting, so that you could see it. It's sometimes it's harder to paint that way, but sometimes it's just as easy. So let me dry that, and then I will be done, and you guys can have a great day. I do believe I'm the last one on the Take 5 today. It's crazy to be the last one and it only be 10 o'clock. I think that's kind of weird. But anyway, that's because it's all on Eastern time zone. Yes, this would make a great present. Ooh, just lost my pen. All right, so I'm going to put this on right where it was. If I can add the purple to make sure it was perfect. And I'm going to get my white, and it was a little wet when I first put it on there, so I'm going to do my white. I'm going to kind of wipe it off. Oh, well, that didn't stay very well, did it? Because there we go. All right, and so I'm just going to do the white over top now of the brown. I'm going to need a little, there's some still on my plate. I'm covering up that brown, so I want to make sure I have enough to cover up that brown. I do this quite a bit with, I'll do some black to do an outline and then color it in, because see, there is the great football. All right, so there's that. I have this little issue up here that I want to fix with my Christmas green. I'm just going to use a Q-tip with a little bit of paint on it to see if I can make that white part go away. There we go. Awesome. And the last bit, I like to finish projects. I'm trying to hurry. The last bit is to take some really good rope. I buy this, of course, at the Dollar Tree, nautical rope. And make a big knot. Won't come through there. And let's see, we want it about that long, so it's gonna, my scissors have a hard time cutting this. It takes me a minute to get through. There it goes. Not bad, not bad. And I want to go through this hole, and I want to make sure that I'm twisting my rope the right way to get it through there easily. So if you twist it, then it'll come through right. And I want to make a big knot here. Open that up just a bit, make a better knot. That, and trim off. And for hanging, the knot will fit, the knot will work, but I always add a little bit of glue to the knot so it doesn't come apart. So that's what I do there. And then you have the hanger. You guys, it's 10 o'clock. I made it. There you go. So fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Come see us every Friday. I'll be there, and I hope you have a great day. I know I'm the last one, so I could probably just say a little bit. I always end my live with, find somebody to serve today. It'll make your heart happy and theirs well. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.